Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Coach Luca from Vigor Fitness and Performance and Yoga Gym, and we're going to dive a little bit more into programming for specifically larger groups. I would say we call it our team training. And I've segmented this. We've done, I would say, videos before on this, diving into it. I want to kind of chop out a little segment of something that I think will really help you out. Because, first of all, let me say this. You know, you've heard it. It's like one-on-one trainings, that group trainings, that large group trainings, that it's all bullshit. If you are doing a great job, excellent coaching, whether it's large group, one-on-one, semi-private, you're fine. And just like I said, we have coaching clients in all types of different realms where they're doing phenomenally well because they're being excellent at their craft and they're being excellent at the customer experience and the culture and the coaching of it. So let's get that out of the way. So large group training is still doing great, and I want to help you guys out with some, I would say, insights on programming, okay? So, you know, even like I said, in our large groups, we kind of want people to do a combination of strength and cardio. And you guys see me break down our small group personal training, which is strength oriented, right? We got Stronger for women, Strength Camp for guys. We got mixed groups. And I showed you guys the programming for this. So we're going to dig a little bit more into the cardio side, our team training conditioning, which I've also touched on a little bit. But I want to go through some general guidelines because I've seen, you know, and I go around the country and help gym owners set these things up, and bigger companies set these things up. And some guidelines on, I would say, team training and larger group training. First of all, the total number of highly coaching intensive exercises per circuit, right, per session is, or should I say per circuit, is 1 to 2. I've seen a lot of this where the mistake is there's a circuit and there's a kettlebell snatch and a kettlebell swing and rotational clean with a sandbag. That's too many highly technical exercises in a circuit. And what happens is that people have a tough time, even if there's progressions, they have a tough time doing them and they get frustrated. One, they can't get the effect of the training that they want. No, and they get frustrated because they don't feel like they're good at stuff. And you don't want to have that, right? Because that's a great way for people not to come back. And, you know, the safety of the clients is compromised because there's too many things to pay attention to where there's technicalities being done. Right? This is a huge, very important thing. We teach coaches and gym owners that they have to make as part of the model, right? Very, very important. Total number of exercises per circuit, you know, is 1 to 10, so 10 max. And the reason why is like once you start having like a ton of exercises, too much things for people to remember, too many things to coach, that gap of time where you're explaining exercises becomes too big, and now like people start cooling down, they start thinking about too much stuff. So you don't want to go past 10. Right, so if you're looking at your program in conditioning, group conditioning, and there's 12, 15, 16, 20 exercises, I've seen it before, a lot of that before, right? You got to start cutting down to 1 to 10, okay? So then the total number of different exercises can't be greater than 10 either. So meaning like if I have 2 circuits, right, and there's a circuit number 1, circuit number 2, together there shouldn't be more than 10 different exercises. Again, going back to that same thing, it's too much to coach for people to remember, and it just will kind of lower the experience and the coaching of that session, right? The total time of interval portion, work and rest, will be between 20 and 28 minutes. Now, here, this is our team training session, not our strength sessions, but our cardio sessions are 45 minutes long. We spend about 8 to 10, maybe a little bit more minutes on warm-ups. Usually it's about that 10-minute range. Then we break down the session, which is going to take 3 minutes, 4 minutes at most, and then we go into the training. So that 20 to 28 minute long like work period, right? That's what you have. Like I said, most of the time it's going to be pretty challenging and intense. When people start making it longer, that means you have to have longer sessions. We've done this for 16 years now. And like I said, this is the sweet spot is 20 to 28 minutes. But when you're breaking down your team training sessions, that's what you want to do. You want to say, our warm-ups are this long. This is the explanation. This is our main chunk of work, and we always do a finisher, which is going to be that like 3 to 4 minute range, 5 minute range at most. So you want to be able to fit that into the time frame and break it down and have a template for that. Work periods will be usually, if we're doing intervals, will be between 15 to 75 seconds, right? We usually won't go past 75 seconds. Very rarely we'll go under 15. So just know that, like I said, this is kind of like the general templates that we teach also our coaches to do. Now, there's 3 methods, and I'm going to, on the other side, I'm going to show you 2 different like examples of these templates of actual programming that we do. So the three methods that we use are, we have fixed work, fixed recovery. This is really simple. I've talked about this before. 30 seconds of work, 30 seconds of rest. 15 seconds of work, 45 seconds of rest, right? Everybody does, let's say, the same time intervals. And while this sometimes, is how you have to do it because you don't have other tech, I do believe that these other two are superior when it comes to individualization of conditioning within large groups. So not to say, like I said, we do use this. These are the three different methods that we use. Fixed work, fixed recovery, we use it, it's great. But I do prefer these ones. One is fixed work, variable recovery. Now what we're doing there is, let's say we're doing 45 seconds of an airdyne sprint, right? So we're doing 45 seconds of work. And then the variable recovery is, we're gonna have the person drop down to, for instance, a 70% of their max heart rate. So let's say their max heart rate is, 200, right? Well, 70% of that is 140 beats per minute. So they would do something. They're smashing the airdyne bike for 45 seconds as fast as they can, and then they're gonna recover to 140 beats per minute. Now, somebody that's very fit, that's gonna happen faster. Somebody that's just a beginner, that's gonna happen slower. So now we are basically customizing the conditioning, even within a group of 20 people, 30 people, right? It becomes a lot more customized. And then the last one, which I really love, is the variable work, variable recovery. In variable work, variable recovery, what we can do is say, hey, I want you to do this exercise, do this circuit until you get to this zone, until you get to 185 beats per minute, right? Until you get to 90% of your max heart rate. And then you're gonna recover until 70%, right? So now we're both customizing the work period and the rest period. So to do that, what I wanted to show you is a couple of examples here of how that looks like, okay? So we got two different examples. Number one, we're gonna go, for example, this is a whole training session, right? Let's look at this whole training session. And we're gonna work this circuit here, okay? And we're gonna go as explosively we can. So this is a med ball circuit. We got floor slam, right? We got a med ball forward throw. So imagine I'm close to the wall and we're throwing it to the wall as explosively as we can. We have chops, right? We're chopping the med ball as explosively as we can. And we have a squat throw. So squat, throw up into the wall, right? So think wall balls. And I'm gonna go through this circuit explosively as I possibly can. And then as soon as I'm done with this circuit, I'm gonna let my heart rate drop to 70% of my max heart rate. So for instance, 140 beats per minute, like we said earlier. As soon as it drops to that, boom, we're starting it right back again, and we're doing 5 to 7 minute rounds, right? So maybe we get 3 rounds of that. Somebody's gonna get 2. Somebody might get 4 because they just have great recovery, because they're more fit, so it customizes that. Then we take a break, we'd go to the next one. This is a sandbag complex, right? We do a sandbag high pull, okay? Sandbag bent over row for 5. From there, we'd go sandbag push press overhead, and then we'd go alternating lunge to clean. So this is anterior, like we'd go here, boom, and clean it. Other side, clean it, right? So we go 5 per side. Same thing, we'd finish that complex, let our heart rate come back down to 70% of max heart rate, start it again, 5 to 7 minute rounds. And then you can see from there, we'd have a kettlebell complex and a bodyweight complex / bodyweight circuit. The same mentality, right? We're pushing that complex, that circuit, and then waiting for our heart rate to drop to 70%, and then going again and getting after it. And usually, like I said, after round 1, your heart rate will get higher, and it'll take a little bit longer probably to get down to 70%. But the point of that is, this is an actual workout, right, that we do, and it's customized to the person. Somebody that's like not as fit, that, like I said, hasn't been working on their fitness as much, it will adapt. And as they get better and more conditioned, they'll be able to do more rounds, right? So it's customized to their heart rates. Second example, right? Now this is the variable one, right? Remember, this is the one that's got the fixed work ratio and a variable recovery ratio. This one has a variable work ratio, variable recovery ratio. So example, we got a circuit of 4 different exercises here, okay? Air assault or woodway or sprint, like we'll do turf sprints and shuttle sprints there. So, and then we have medicine ball alternating throws. So imagine that we're throwing against the wall, dynaball, like super explosively. Alternating step up or step up jump, depending on the fitness level, and battling ropes. So what a person would do is they'd go to the first exercise and they'd start doing, for instance, air assault bikes, and they push the air assault bike until they get to 85, 90% of their heart rate. So for instance, 180 beats per minute, right? They'd push until 180 beats per minute, and then they would rest until they get down to 140 beats per minute. And then they go to the next exercise, right? Now they're going medicine ball alternating throws, and they're pushing it as much as they can to get up to here. They're resting to get back down. They're going to step-ups, right? And they would keep going through this, but this whole block is 10 to 12 minutes long, right? So notice somebody that's a way fitter will basically, recover faster and be able to do more rounds of this in the 10 to 12 minutes. Then we take a break. We'd break 3-4 minutes as we explain the second circuit. Medicine ball squat, jump, and slam. So now they're squat jump as high as possible, slamming, squat jumping, slamming. Same thing, trying to get up to 90% of their max heart rate. Then we rest. Then we go to kettlebell swing. Same thing. Then we go to assault bike, sprint, lateral slides. Like I like locomotion. We do multi-directional movements, right? Things that will push that heart rate up pretty fast. And for instance, the fourth one will be a sandbag clean. So as you can see, like both of these blocks are 20 to 24 minutes long. 20 to 28 minute works, right? So same thing here, 5 to 7 minute rounds. These 4 rounds are either, I would say 20 minutes, or 4 times 7 is 28 minutes. Again, you can see these blocks and how they fit in. So just knowing that, like the reason I like these two a lot is because they are customized, right? If you get somebody that's just starting off their fitness program and they're doing 30 seconds of work and then they're doing 30 seconds of rest, they may be very smoked and can't recover in 30 seconds. Right? This allows for a lot more variability, customization within training cardio and energy systems, even in larger groups. And this is also the reason why, we use the Morpheus coach that has, customized heart rate zones based on HRV. And you see me do a bunch of content with Joel explaining that. So you can go to and see the devices that we use there. If you go to trainwithmorpheus.com, that's exactly the tech that we use. We put it up on a big screen. Everybody's heart rates are up there. Everybody's zones are up there, so we can talk about different zones. So here you can see this, but we make it super simple and go like, hey, I want you to go to the bottom of the red zone and then recover down back to the blue zone, right? It's super simple for people to understand that. And it really, really kind of differentiates you as a coach in the gym as well, because, like I said, it's smarter training, smarter for recovery, and also it's more interactive. So with that said, hey, use some of these program design strategies and insights and foundations to improve your coaching and your programming, get people better results, differentiate yourself as a coach and as a gym. And I will see you again with more content. Peace out.